Hi, Cassie. So good to see you.
Hey, Robin, it's great to be with you this morning. I'm
Yes,
super excited.
I am too. I'm so glad that we are connecting today. I really am. My heart is smiling right now.
Thanks. I'm taking that in and feeling that with you.
Yes, yes. I love it. I love when hearts smile together. That means there's something that's going to happen really great in this space together. So thanks for sharing and being with me today.
Well, I'm excited to hear from you to be able to allow people coming to our website to get introduced to you, to learn a little bit about you. And I want to start by asking you, tell us about your call into counseling.
Yeah, such a great question. This calling goes back so many years. I would say actually like well into my late 20s or so. I've always had such a love for people. And one of the areas where God touched my heart was for marriage and family. I was so blessed to just be a part of an amazing family to where my parents, my sister, and I grew up in such a loving environment. My parents were like such a great demonstration of what it looked like to be an
Yeah, that's
amazing
beautiful.
couple. Yeah, a God-fearing couple. And then the sister connection that I have with my sister, my best friend. And so that was just something, just me feeling that love, that warmth in my own timeline. I definitely wanted others to be able to experience that as well. And
Yeah.
so when God told me, and I said told me, when he shared with
hmm
me, like, hey, Robin, this is where I want you to serve in my kingdom. It was such an humbling experience for me because I wanted to really, again, connect with people and allow them to just experience what I have to offer and how God has
Yeah.
blessed me. But then just to also maybe help guide and support them along their journey as well. So it was such a definite calling in my life. It was a very sure calling, and it's still there. And so I remain faithful and obedient to whatever he tells me to do in this journey as I connect with people.
Yeah. I love that. That's really fun. I love that he allowed your life to know, to have a picture of what his warmth and love. And then he told you, you have a responsibility to share
Yeah,
this. I,
yes,
I want that for others, and I want you to be the one who brings it.
absolutely. Yes. Such a
Mm,
humbling place to be with, when God calls you into that. So, and I can't do this without him. So, yes.
yeah. So good. Well, what else do you want us to know about you?
Well, thank you for asking that because, even though I've shared with you like the warm fuzzy side of my timeline, there was like a painful part of this. Like I said, as God called me into marriage and family, that's my heart. Gosh, in the midst of all of that, me kind of going through the formal training, if you will, of what it takes to be a clinician.
Yeah.
In my own marriage at the time, my marriage was failing. And that was such a hurtful place to be because it
Yeah.
brought up a lot of questions for me of like, okay, God, you called me into this this ministry of marriage and family, but my own marriage is suffering. And I didn't understand it at the time, but I continued to trust in the Lord
Yeah.
and what his footsteps were for me. And I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I did not give up on the journey because he was able to show me on the other side of this.
Mm,
Robin, again, I needed you to be able to not only experience the wonderful connections that you grew up with and what that looked like, but I also needed you to be able to experience a bit of the pain that goes
yes.
along with those people who may go through suffering relationships and just really devastating times for their lives. And so I was able to, with God's help and with the support that he gave me, able to navigate through the pain, through the shame of being a
Yes.
divorcee, being a co-parent who was raising two small children and actively working in ministry. And so on the other side of this journey, I was like, okay, God, now it makes sense. I need to
Yeah.
be able to feel some of the things that people who you're going to send my way are going to feel. And so that was so important for me to get that lesson and to really embrace like his will for my life. And then on the other side of that, Cassie, the blessing is he restored. As his word says, he will restore the years that the locusts and the cankerworms took away.
It's one of
And,
my favorite verses.
yes, I love it. I love it. And so I'm living that. I am a living, breathing example of that, of like what it looks like when we go through it,
Yeah.
doesn't feel good in the moment, but there is this other side where his faithfulness is still present. And so on the other side, I do experience restoration and just not just surviving, but thriving. It doesn't mean that everything is always easy, but gosh, with God, he has matured me. Yeah, it's not always easy, but he has matured me because I know his track record. And he's been with me from beginning, up until now. And I know he's going to continue to be there in my thriving marriage now, even now being a parent of adult sons now, still connected with my family, and what that looks like even as I've matured and learned how to communicate my words, my feelings, my needs, boundaries, all these different things on the other side that I didn't have, going into my first marriage. So that excites me when I start to even talk about it. It excites me because I when God brings people to me, I know what they may see through their eyes. They may see the hurt, they may see the hopelessness, they may see those things, but God just has reminded me, hey, stay with them because I stayed with you. And they need to see someone that has made it through to the other side. Yeah.
So good. So good. I get excited listening to you talk about it because I'm like, there is such beautiful hope. And I'm just excited for the folks that God brings to you to walk alongside.
Yes.
Will experience miracles in their own life and their own story as he's faithful, as you show up with his faithfulness in their life. So thank you so much for meeting with me and sharing and giving the folks coming to MCO an opportunity to get to know you.
Thank you so much, Cassie. This was beautiful. I enjoy the connection, and I hope that someone will be blessed by my story and that we will connect soon.